Diane, I'm listening to a podcast, Black Lodge Trivia Night. I've never heard so many game aspirations in my life. All right, welcome back to Black Lodge Trivia Night. I am Art, and tonight I'm here with Matt. Matt, how are you doing?
I am doing well. Holidays are in the air, as seen by the live greenery
Yes.
that I feel like is on your shoulder almost. Like, I feel like you're in the tree.
Yeah, I'll say this. You can tell, obviously, by the tree, by my Bailey's on the rocks, we are
Oh,
rolling deep in spooky season. So, yeah, the tree is like, if I sit back, I'll bump into it. I've got a Bailey's. I love Bailey's on the rocks. I don't know if it's a classy Christmas time drink, but I love it.
you know what I'll say? I like Irish cream on the rocks. For whatever reason, I think, and this isn't like a snob thing, I don't drink like, there's another one that comes in like a blue bottle. It reminds me of cows for some reason. And then other like whiskey creams. Like if I can find like buffalo cream, which is Buffalo Trace's whiskey cream, I like those more. But fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, I think Bailey's is like an everyman, like you can get it anywhere. It's not that expensive, kind of. Like it's like it's I'm sure there are like, I should probably, because I love Irish cream, I should probably research like a higher quality.
Have you tried bourbon creams?
No.
So that's what I meant by whiskey. I said whiskey creams, and they're
but you
all
meant bourbon cream. Okay.
But there's a Buffalo Trace one, and it's not too bad. There's also some like like Buffalo Trace is under $20 here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
For a bottle of their bourbon cream. It's fantastic. I think I've had this Wolcott, Kentucky bourbon cream, and that was good. If you want to mix it up, I highly recommend them.
I will definitely seek those out because I don't drink them year round. Like it's not like a mid-July cocktails, but but like this time of year, it's just something about it. Well, we're going to be doing a little bit of a shorter session tonight, so why don't we get right to the business and go from there?
Not the RPG.
No, not the RPG. Matt, are you ready for some trivia?
I am.
All right. Tonight's question, if you remember a couple weeks ago, we had a question that involved that really kind of charming, awkward sex scene with Dougie.
Yeah.
Now, Dougie in Twin Peaks The Return is obviously one of the main characters, but Dougie is not the first Dougie in Twin Peaks. This is a bit of a deep cut, but do you know who the Dougie is that was before Dougie in The Return back in the original series?
The corn boy?
Just let me know when you got your final answer.
Is it corner peas?
It was corn in his hand.
But is corn in his hands. That's what I thought. I don't know why. I will guess. Oh, no. Dougie is the brother. Oh gosh. The Great Northern.
Oh, you're talking about the one that has the helper?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that your final answer?
I'm going to go one of those two. I don't know. One of those two is my final answer. I'm cheating.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Now, the one I was able to find was not one of those two. Now, I might be wrong. But Douglas Milford is the owner and publisher of the Twin Peaks newspaper. He's one of the old men that, if you remember, refers back to a past trivia question. He gets stuck in a bank vault with a really attractive young woman who is played by Blake Lively's sister. And in the show, second season, they get married. And the old man has a brother who thinks the woman is just marrying him for the money.
Yeah.
And then the old man, Douglas Milford, he dies sort of like in their honeymoon night during sex with this young woman. Her name was Lana Budding. And yeah, it was played by Blake Lively's sister. And his name was Douglas Milford, but he went by Dougie.
There you go. I was thinking of Johnny Horn, by the way.
Johnny Horn. Right. Okay. Now, as a bonus question, this is an even deeper cut, so I don't expect anything on this. What's the name of Twin Peaks' newspaper?
Oh, shit. I don't know. Twin Peaks Times. I have no idea.
It's not actually a bad guess. It's the Twin Peaks Post.
Post.
Yeah. It might have been called... Now, Douglas Milford changed the name, so maybe there's a chance it was the Twin Peaks Times and he changed it to the Post. But interestingly enough, Douglas Milford has a lot of lore. He's got intricate connections that go deep, according to like the Twin Peaks Wikipedia. He's connected to, oh God, who's the guy from last week's trivia question who was like the chess master at 14 is the main bad guy in the second season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like he goes back with him. He goes back with the Air Force colonel. That's
really?
Yeah. I was just like, whoa. He's got connections to,
Where
the Air
does
Force
that get flushed out?
I don't know if it ever gets mentioned. Maybe it's in like some of the books or something, but like I was sort of like skimming through the Wikipedia. I'm like, whoa, he's connected to him. Oh, and he's connected to that. And he handpicked.
Yeah, there's a whole section here is like his military service.
Yeah. And it connects to like really integral things to the Twin Peaks setting. And characters like, the football player's dad, who's the Air Force guy, who's connected to a lot of important stuff, like with the lodge. Yeah. But yeah, Douglas Milford, I was just like, yeah, he's like this funny side character who marries, this bombshell. And there's like some, campy humor. But apparently the character, there's a lot going on there. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And the corn boy is Pierre Tremond.
Oh, yes. Who did appear in one of our trivia questions because we talked about Nepo
David
babies.
Lynch's son.
Yeah.
I have an interesting little, I know we're on short tonight, but fuck it. It's the holiday season. You're drinking your Baileys. I have a little holiday question for you. I really need to watch Twin Peaks when I'm struggling to remember Audrey Horne's name. Okay. Like Johnny, forgive me, but I couldn't even remember the Horn. So I was like, the Great Northern Family. What Christmas film is David Lynch on record for absolutely loving?
I want to say It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Frank Capra. Is that it?
Frank Capra plus Jimmy Stewart. Yeah. It's a Wonderful Life. Yep.
Which makes sense. It's like that movie, interestingly enough, was a total bomb, I guess, when it came out, but it's been tied to such Americana at this point that it makes sense in my mind. Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly it holds a certain level of nostalgia and charm, but it's also like not that good a plot.
No.
Like, Jimmy Stewart is amazing. Like, legitimately, I love Jimmy Stewart, and he fucking rocks in that movie and several other things. But yeah, like plot wise, guy's kind of a dick.
Yeah. Oh man. So to get to the meat of the matter, we're back here playing a little bit of Blade Runner, the role-playing game from Free League.
I forgot my glasses, so I'll be terrible at investigating.
Nice. And if you remember last session, it was mostly session 0, but we did do the opening scene in Holden's office, your captain. Now, Holden is the character from the beginning of the first movie who gets shot by Why Don't You Flip the Turtle Over? And the basic idea is that at a club called the Snake Pit, 2 Blade Runner agents, but they're replicants, Series 9s, went into the club, and by the end of the night, one of them was shot dead and the other has disappeared. And you are tasked with finding out what happened and hopefully recovering and finding the missing agent, because replicants have had a bad run. The Series 6 in the original movie, not very popular. The Series 8 ended up getting blamed for a massive blackout, and that's part of why, Blade Runners are back hunting those down. Series 9, which your partner, Fenna, is designed specifically to be such a good sort of obedient class of replicant that they're willing to kill other replicants as proof of how, like, look, we got it. They're under control. But yeah, so you had told me last time that you were going to do, if you remember, this game, for those who don't know, is broken into a series of like chunks of the day, like 4 6-hour blocks. I think they call them shifts. And I apologize to everybody. This system's still pretty new to me, so I might fumble things, so I apologize for that in advance. But you told me you wanted to spend your first shift, the morning shift on day 1, going to the crime scene, Snake Pit.
I felt like the most time sensitive.
Yes. And so what we'll do is, you and Fenna, Holden dismisses you. And is there anything you wanted to do in the station before you left, or you want to just sort of beeline it for the Snake Pit and get started?
I assume just in terms of mechanics, like there's no time to to watch the video log or anything like that, or before we head out.
So the rules say you can play it a little loose, and they also say like when you do things you're supposed to do it in a block. But if you want to like check real quick for the video and then take off, I feel like you could even stop by the computer or have it forwarded to your spinner on your way.
Yeah, actually, like what I was gonna see is I was gonna make sure like and I don't know Blade Runner tech as much as you nerds do. So like I don't know, is that something like I need to download ahead of time? Like basically like can I get or did Holden hand me all the reports in the file? I've got like a complete file.
He handed you he definitely handed you he handed you the personal data files of the two agents, Sandor, who's the murdered one, and Leah, who's missing.
Okay.
And I can bring him up if you want to take another look.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, I want to know, like, I'll go see if there's anything that I can grab to, like, read on the way, meaning, like, first responding officer's notes or anything like that, and useful. So just, like, I'm grabbing the immediately available information that's not going to be too time consuming, that I can kind of go through on the ride over there, knowing that I don't have time to go through all the video feeds. Mm-hmm. But I want the like relevant stuff to start painting in the picture of what happened.
Okay. So let's say, you were able to get, let me see personally what was on those handouts on the personnel files, just so I have an idea. So yeah, the personnel files that were handed out just include basic information like inception date and home address. But what I'll say is you're able to sort of download their work files, like their work history kind of files, to take a look at on your way over. So let me see.
Oh, okay. That could be handy. All right.
Yeah. So what it includes is like Leah's performance. I guess this is sort of what I already showed you, but what I'll do is I'll show it to you again. And what I'll highlight this time is, hopefully you're seeing that.
Yep.
Okay. So the important things in this performance report.
Oh, shit.
So you can see like it doesn't include her home address, but you can see she's had 2 baseline test failures. She was suspended. She was recalibrated, and then the next day after the recalibration, she was returned to active service. Now, baselines are something that are brought up in the sequel movie 2049. And when a replicant starts to lose it, they're called back into police headquarters, and they're given a very specific kind of neurological test that involves rapid fire question answering, things like that. And the idea is to get get a baseline of where are they in terms of holding steady. And you can see in the spring of 2037, she failed 2 baseline tests. And then shortly after that second failure, she was suspended. And about a week later, she was recalibrated. So,
and what's today's date?
Today's date would be, that is a good question.
Just how many weeks since she returned to active service is really what I want to know. I don't need to know. It's like,
yeah. So let's say it is late May 2037. So it's only been a few weeks.
So I'm going to bring this up with Finna, and so Finna's driving.
Okay.
And I'll say, Finna, what do you think of this? And I'll just recite the facts, like 3rd of March, baseline test failure, 27th April, baseline test, and I recite everything. And I just turned to her, was like, is it normal for her to go back in immediately after recalibration without another baseline test?
And Fenna looks at you kind of concerned. She's like, according to my understanding of protocol, no, but also more importantly, like if she's failing baseline tests that rapidly, something, to borrow the colloquialism, is sort of spinning her out. And I'm, so that's, we're not built like that. We're designed to be, the steady answer to the Series 8 and the Series 6, so
well,
no.
That's interesting. And he flips open the events of, like, the base reporting of the events, right? Just like the timeline. And so what were they, do I see in the file what they were called to look into at this nightclub? And you may have told me, but I forgot.
That's a good question. Let me double check to make sure.
And if it's not in the file yet, well, I probably would have asked Holden.
I think it might have been in the briefing. Let me double check. They went to the Snake Pit to investigate suspected Nexus 8 activity, but we don't know if that's what triggered the shooting. Yeah,
it was right, because the 8s are like bad, no-go. 8s are not, they're legal.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just running through it with her. Okay, so these two, again, I'm not going to use like spin jobs because,
right,
but I'll use like an acceptable term. These two get a call on suspected 8 activity, and they just show up and gun starts blazing. Like, do I have a timeline of what happened?
So according to the briefing, they were there. They don't know what triggered the shooting, but according to local cops at the scene, witnesses said that there were human supremacists at the Snake Pit. They started getting rowdy, and then all of a sudden, shit goes down. Sandor is dead, and Leah can't be found.
So, I guess the question is, Finna, and apologies if you don't get this reference, is, did Leah shoot first? Did Sandor shoot first? Or did a bunch of whack jobs shoot first? I mean, you can paint the picture, right? A double failed baseline test goes into active service without proper testing and opens fire in a nightclub.
And she...
But I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, she looks at you and she's like, I can't rule out that possibility, but I'd rather not think that's the case. For better or worse, I'm her. And I'd like to think that whatever protocols we have in place, they would have picked up and stopped the extreme from happening, even if she wasn't in a good place.
Okay. I see there's this case notes file. That's nice. So I'm going to start putting some stuff in there. Can I pull up while we're driving over there, can I pull up the performance report for Sandor?
I was just actually looking at there might not be, I'm trying to, let's just say.
Or maybe it's all clear.
Yeah, his is pretty clear. His doesn't have anything remarkable in it. And
what models were they?
They are Nexus 9s.
Nexus 9s.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Salmon just kind of looks out the window and he's just noodling over on this one.
Okay. And you said you also want to take a look at anything from the crime scene on your way over, right? Or was it
just anything? I'm just getting like a basic understanding of the events and how they played out.
Okay. So then, from the preliminary reports, you have basic crime scene photo.
Oh shit, this place is bougie.
Yes. Yeah. So that's sort of a picture that was taken from the crime scene, and that was the first one uploaded to the LAPD mainframes. And so, you're making your way through the city and you're taking a look at that. Is there anything you wanted to sort of, or just have that at the ready and then find your way to the station, to the club?
Yeah, I'll have it ready. I mean, probably mechanically there's nothing to do with just looking at a picture.
Yeah, not, yeah. So,
yeah, it all looks normal.
So that's the photo. So, so you eventually make your way through, how do I activate? Oh, it already did. I activated it correctly. Are you able to see the whole map, or do I need to put you on the...
Oh, I got too many. I can see the whole map, yep.
Okay, so I'm trying to see... trying to see where the snake pit is. I thought it was in Sector 5, but now I'm wondering... if I have that wrong. But anyway, so, you make your way from LAPD headquarters and eventually arrive at... feel bad. I thought I looked this up. So LAPD headquarters is in Sector 5. Maybe that's the problem I have. And then the snake pit is up in Sector 1 in Nightclub Row. In Sector 1 in the entertainment district. Yep. So you make your way over there and you get to the snake pit. And...
I can see. There you go.
Yeah, so you're at the snake pit. And let me see if there's anything I can give you for the snake pit. You've got the crime scene photo, and as you arrive to the club, your spinner starts to descend, not right next to the club, a little bit of ways, and as you're able to sort of see down below as you're descending. Because, Fen is at the wheel. You see, it's been properly taped off, and you can see that there's some people milling about. Like, a crowd is kind of formed around the tape. Some people come and go. Some people are sort of hanging around. And there you can see some of your, uniformed officers trying to keep people back and trying to... It's not disorderly, but, just trying to, hey, this is an active investigation. And, yeah, so you finally land, and you make your way to outside the pit.
Okay, and I look at the crowd first. Mm-hmm. Do I notice anyone? Are there...
Yeah, let's see. Why don't you give me...
They're like human supremacists or...
Okay. So, yeah, why don't you give me... Man, would that be an observation roll? Yeah.
Here we go. First mechanics.
Nice. And you got a success. Yeah. So what you see is that there's a lot of people sort of arching their neck, kind of rubbernecking a little bit. But most people sort of move on. But you notice, and partly because, he seems to be unusually tall, there's one person sort of hanging out in the back that seems to be not moving on. He just seems to be looking over everybody's, heads and, just sort of keeping an interest when other people kind of oh, what's going on here? And then they keep going.
Finna, hold up. And I offer her a cigarette, knowing that she neither smokes nor has any use for smoking.
And she's like, yeah, what's up, boss?
And so I offer her the packs, and then I go to light her cigarette and get a load of the guy. 7 o'clock over my left shoulder. Don't look at him.
I know, she's like...
I'll tell you, as soon as I said that, you glanced up at another monitor or something. Oh. No, don't make eye contact. What do you think of him?
And yeah, she's sort of keeping an eye on him. He's like, he definitely seems interested. I don't know if he's
enough to make a move, or you want to go inside?
I don't know. Let's I'll leave that up to you, but I feel like somebody should keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't go anywhere. If he's a journalist, we should keep him at bay, but if he's got something to say, if he's somebody important, maybe we should make sure someone's got tabs at least.
Okay, I'll pull are there uniformed police officers in Blade Runner? I don't remember.
Yeah, there's definitely beat cop kind of street level. Yeah.
I'm going to pull one of them over. And I'm going to say, listen, without blowing it, I don't want you to approach him. I want you to keep an eye on Mr. Tall and Handsome back there.
And the beat cop's like, wait, that guy? No, not really. And he's like, yeah, sure thing. No problem.
If he moves, if he does anything, you come and get me. I don't care who tries and stops you, okay?
Will do, sir. Thank you. Yeah, no problem.
Let me reiterate. Do not interact with him at all. Do not look at him. Okay?
Got it. No problem.
If you blow this, you're going to be patrolling those religious nut jobs for the rest of your fucking career.
Got it. So bring him in. You want to speak to him?
How dare you?
No. He's like, no problem. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure nothing happens.
All right.
Okay. So
I duck under the tape.
Yeah.
And step in from the rain. And as I cross over the threshold, I flick my cigarette out into a puddle. And
nice.
All right, let's take a look.
All right. So you make your way into. Oops, do I have to open this door? Nope. So you make your way into the club.
Okay.
And is it possible to get you in there? Okay.
I don't see anything on the tokens. I don't know if that matters. I just see where I'm at.
So you don't see the level?
It's just a black box for me with like a green thing under it, and I can't see where Finna is, and I just lost the token.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let me do that. I don't know if that helps at all.
There we go. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I was seeing like bare bones. I didn't have the lights or anything cool like that.
Okay.
Cool.
So you're in the club, and it's very much like the photo that we were looking at shows. Like there's a blood pool in the middle of the floor. You got the bar over to the left, got a stage over to the right, like private rooms along the sides. And then you can sort of see as you're walking in, up towards the top of the map, like as you're coming in the door, you can sort of see through the past the stage, backstage, you can sort of see like there's an open space in the top right, and that's a sort of a backstage area, and you sort of get the idea that there's somebody back there, but you don't really get a good idea of who. And you're walking in, and as you do, I'm going to bring up the photo myself just so I can remember what's there. Yeah, you got.
Will you share it with me? Just because I had to close it out because of.
Yeah, no problem.
I've got the case file report open too, so.
There we go.
If I make this smaller, I should have. Okay. Perfect.
All right, so you got the photo. You see, the stage is in the background. That's to the right as you walk in on the map. Along the northern wall, you see like the shattered mirror that is there in the photo.
Oh, fuck.
And yeah, you can see obviously the blood pool on the bottom. There's like the rest of the place is pretty trashed, as if like from what you heard, like, it started like there might have been a fight breaking out. After the shots, pandemonium broke out. So the whole place is in ruins.
And is it like a firefight, or was it like a few effective shots and then everyone panicked? Or was it like a lot of gunfire?
No, the reports only mention one shot that's in the report. And then sitting off to the side at the bar, you see the owner, and he's sitting at the bar, and he's got a drink, even though it's like 9 a.m. He's got a drink going on. And he's sipping on a scotch, and he's I'm trying to bring him up here. And he really looks impatient. He's got a cigarette in one hand, a scotch in the other. And
I'm going to slow play this.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce myself. Ask a bunch of details he's probably already been asked. Like, since I see the agitation, the small talk I'm going to start out with is just like basic shit that's already in the file, right?
Right. So yeah, so
what's his name?
His name is Taffy Lewis, and for the people that are in the know, Taffy Lewis is the owner of a club that gets questioned in the original Blade Runner.
Oh.
So if you remember in the original Blade Runner, the woman who dances with the snakes,
Yeah.
she was dancing at Taffy's club.
Oh, okay.
And so because of that shootout, it became sort of like a local legend, and he used that to sort of get a little, like, there's no such thing as bad publicity, and became like a little bit of a local icon.
Okay.
So he's sitting at the bar, and
So I guess I probably know Taffy a little bit, which is
do you want to know him,
more like the agitating him more, because he's just like, cut the shit, Salmon.
Right?
Just doing good police work here, Taffy.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, no, I know. But when am I going to be able to open my club, Salmon? Come on. We can mop this shit up. Like, the guy's dead.
Oh. Yeah, Taffy, about that. Why don't you tell me about last night? You're not hanging out with... is there a term for human supremacists?
They do run a magazine, so maybe it comes from that. Let me double check. They run a sleazy tabloid called Kill, but I'm trying to see if there's like a... Yeah, he just called him supremacist jerk, so they might be just human supremacists.
Okay. Yeah. What kind of, you hanging out with human supremacists now, Taffy?
He's like, look, they're paying customers. I'm not gonna do anything. I didn't get happy. I wasn't happy when they started to start shit, but, their money's good. Right. I'm good.
Well, let's back up a little bit. What exactly did they start last night?
He's like, look, I'm not gonna take sides.
Oh, no, Taffy, if you want to open back up today, it won't be today. Tomorrow, it won't be tomorrow. Next week, maybe. I think you're going to take sides.
And he's like, oh, come on, man. I just, actually, you know what? Give me a manipulation roll. You're trying to sort of hang something over him.
Right, for sure. And I want high here, right?
Yeah, so you want anything above a 6. So you're...
And so I rolled an eyeball.
Right, so that's a success. Now, if you roll a 10, 11, or 12, that counts as 2 successes. But you rolled an 8, and so that's 1 success. Okay, so he's sort of like, okay. He's like, look, I can tell you that, and this is something you were told in your briefing, the guy who runs the human supremacist tabloid is named Shell Schuyler. And he was at the bar. And he's like, look, that Schuyler guy was here with some of his dick bags, They were drinking.
That Schuyler guy. Come on, Taffy. I know you know him more than that Schuyler guy.
I know. Yeah, no, he runs that rag. I know. I don't read that rag, but he runs it. I know what it is. Everybody knows that he runs Kill.
How many copies of that rag am I going to find back there if I go poking around, huh? You may start poking around. Who am I kidding? I'm going to poke around no matter what. Taffy, tell me something that's helpful. I know Schuyler was here.
And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, they were getting... Okay, look. They were getting all shitty. They were drunk. The drinks were flowing. And we had one of my dancers on stage. She's a skin job, and they know it. And so they start giving her shit on stage. And I'm sort of, in my office, but I start to hear things. And I know it's getting rowdy, and I start to get up. And then all of a sudden I hear a shot. And then all shit breaks loose. And everybody's trying to make for the door, and I'm just trying to keep everybody calm. And as the crowd dissipates, then I see, one of yours is on the floor, and he's bleeding out in his chest.
Yeah, you noticed another one of mine?
He's like, well, I know they came in together, but I don't know where she went.
See, the problem is we have a Nexus 9 that's missing, and you are facilitating and harboring a giant piece of vile scum.
And he's like, look, yeah, no, man, look, I I'm telling you, like, I saw, look, and he shows you, like, I can show you some of the camera footage from the club.
Yeah, let's take a look. How about that? And Mr. Skyler, where's he at, by the way? Well, he's like loading it up. I'll just keep pressing him.
And he's like, I don't know. Like, hey, everybody was getting to the door. Everybody left. And
please.
He's like, look,
you mean Mr. Skyler wasn't getting VIP treatment last night, Taffy?
Not for me, man. Like I said, I don't take sides. Everybody's money's good with me.
You pull that up. I'm gonna have a little look around while you pull up the video footage.
Okay. So he sort of like gives a signal to somebody in that sort of backstage area, and you see a guy go like around the corner and disappear for a bit. And then he goes back to smoking his cigarette and having his drink.
Okay. Who just the guy in the back, like, suspiciously, or just to like?
No, so he was like maybe one of the staff there.
Okay.
Yeah, the boss, Taffy, gives him a signal. He was sort of near the backstage area. He goes into the backstage area toward where you think you saw somebody sitting. And
okay.
Yeah, you assume he's going to go take care of the footage, but that was sort of the signal he gave him.
Okay. He's getting okay. All right. Yeah, Taffy, you pull that footage up. You mind if I have a look around?
He's like, "Hey, do what you got to do.
I don't care what you think, Taffy. You think about what you want to share tonight, and I'll be back. Okay?
All right, you're busting my balls. I just want to open my club, man. I'm an honest businessman.
Oh, Taffy, come on now.
You had to go there, right, Taffy?
All right, so what I'm gonna start poking around, and I'm a little like obvious in this area, and I'm watching Taffy. Does he get nervous? I mean, he's probably too good to get nervous, but like, I'm imagining like he's playing it off like what I'm doing doesn't bother him. Is there anything I like start to head to that maybe gets a reaction out of him or anything like that?
Let's see. Sorry, what I'm gonna do. Not that it matters too much. I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna bring Taffy onto the map just because I can, and why not?
Okay.
So he's sitting at the bar. So
okay.
Just, yeah.
All
so
right,
that's
so we're over there.
Yeah, you're over there. Where do you want Fenna?
Fenna's probably like gathering information from like whatever regular detectives and uniforms are there, pressing them for information. There's probably other witnesses that were asked to stay there or whatever. So maybe some of that stuff's already been collected. But she's doing more policing instead of, so she's also poking around and shit.
Okay, cool. Do you need the crime scene photo up again just to have it?
I still have it.
You still have it. Cool. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm sorry. So where do you start poking around?
Yeah, I don't want an update right now. Get out of here. I'm gonna start out with the lounge.
Okay.
And I like one by one start flipping over couch cushions and stuff. Like, again, I'm just being a dick right now.
Okay. So
yeah, I'm assuming that doesn't elicit a response from him.
No. He's like, he keeps smoking a cigarette and having a drink.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything like important up here? I'm not gonna like. Okay, go ahead.
No. In the lounge, not so much. It's more like things are overturned and tossed again as if pandemonium. Maybe like there's a window in the southern part. Maybe somebody broke that to get out or something like that. Like people are in a panic. But nothing obvious.
Yeah, I tossed a few things, and it's like, yeah, no stone left unturned, Taffy.
It's like, look, all my shit's in order. All my paperwork's good.
A glass falls and breaks. Oh, just document that. I'm sure. So then, I glance at the stage. I start to walk up, but I head for the back, and then I'm drawn to this mirror. I want to take a closer look at this mirror. What happened here, Taffy? Is it a bullet hole?
You take a look, and give me. Yes, it definitely looks like a bullet hole. Yeah.
Okay. Who fired this shot, Taffy?
It's like, hey.
Was it one shot? Was there one shot, Taffy? How many shots did you hear?
I heard the one shot, man. That's what I heard. I'm guessing that's the shot. I don't know. I wasn't here.
So
I told
you're
you.
telling me that someone shot, went through one of ours, all the way back here. I don't know. I'm just fucking grilling him. Whether that's real physics or not, and shouldn't be surprising. Not the point. I'm just.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, no, like I said, I was coming out of my office. I just heard the shot. It was really goddamn loud, but, I didn't see it. But yeah, I'm guessing that's the shot, Dig around in the wall.
And your office, Taffy, is... I'm kind of like spinning by the back door.
Yeah, his office, let me just double check, because I think these are all dressing rooms to the north. So I'm going to say, like, the thing marked staff room on the southwest corner is his office.
Okay. I'm assuming there's like a bar entry area here, so I go behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably gonna make me walk around all the way. But I go behind the bar.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna I remember Taffy. And I'm gonna head to his office and start looking around in there.
He's like, whoa. Do you need a water or something?
Well, I mean I could, but Justice Department's real busy. Tuesday mornings, you get it. I mean, we could wait, but I won't let the crime scene techs come in until we get that warrant. And
it's like, oh,
you should
goddamn.
be fine for a couple weeks, right?
No, what are you doing to me, man? My paperwork's good. I know we don't go way back, but come on, I'm a good citizen.
It's fine, Taffy. What's that? Is someone calling for help in there? Let me just peek in there.
It's like, take a look. All my shit's in order.
Okay, thank you. Glad we could sort that out. All right, so I start going through his office.
Yeah, and his office is in relatively good shape, because it wasn't like an exit for a panic, but, it's got like some papers. It's got like maybe some of the monitors, so you can keep an eye on things in the club. But, it's also got like maybe a tray of drinks on the couch or something just to entertain.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna, without saying anything to Taffy, I'm gonna go down this back hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go back. You said I maybe kind of thought someone was back here, so I'm gonna go back to the dressing rooms and just kind of peek in on one by one.
Yeah. So, most of the dressing rooms are empty. It looks like, like you could see like cups of coffee that weren't finished, like racks of clothing might have got knocked over when people panicked and ran out. But they're all pretty empty. But yeah, you hear, the guy went into like this sort of storage room to check on the footage. And yeah, you thought you saw somebody in this sort of backstage area.
Okay. I'll head back there.
All right. So when you're back there, you see like a beat cop. And, he's sort of keeping an eye on... Hopefully that picture popped up.
Yep.
Okay, so he's keeping an eye on her.
Okay.
And she, she seems like a little shaken up, but she's not like still panicking, but you can tell she's had a rough night. And maybe she's got like a cut on her face. And, as you walk in, the cop's like, hey, she was the one dancing when the shit started. And he sort of steps out.
I'll sit down across from her.
Okay.
And I'll offer a cigarette out of sincerity.
Yeah, and let's say she takes it, and her hand's a little shaky, but, it's not too crazy. She's had time to collect herself.
And we exist in a world where Nexus 9s will both know and also could potentially not know that they're androids.
Correct. Yes, it's possible.
Is she aware?
Yeah,
or I'll just start off and I'll say, tell me about yourself. What's your story?
Yeah, she's like, hey, my name's Iris, and she is aware. She's like, I'm a 9 series. I was dancing, and those assholes that are human supremacists, they start giving me shit during my show. I'm trying to just dance. I'm trying to give everybody a good time, and then things started to get nuts.
What else? What else can you tell me?
So she's sort of trying to look and see. You know what? Give me an insight roll.
Okay. Pretty good at insight.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, double.
Okay. So, you notice a couple things. So, just for those out there, that would be considered sort of a critical success. You got a bonus. You got a bonus eyeball, which means that you sort of can have an option. You can do something quickly. You can do something quietly. You can help another character. You can impress somebody. You can discover something unexpected. Those are just possible options, but we can get into it. And if you want to say, hey, this is what I'm going to use my critical for, or if you have something in mind now, we can do that.
No, I would, if I could, since it was an insight roll, maybe learn something about her.
Okay. Yeah.
Unexpected, if that exists.
Yeah. So you can sort of see two things. One, she, when you were about to ask her a question, she was trying to see Taffy. And, you know, sort of get like a signal going, like, hey, you know, and, you know, he's not even paying attention. So she sort of like looks down at the floor.
Okay.
And, she's like, look, you know, like I said, you know, I was dancing. All of a sudden, like, some glass came at me. Somebody threw something, you know, because the lights are right in my face. You know, it's hard for me to see. Cut my cheek. You can see it right here. And, you know, she sort of like trails off a little bit. She's like, I don't know. Then everything got crazy. The shot rang out. And it was really loud. Like, I don't know if, you know, not that I hear gunshots every day, but that one was loud, I'm telling you. And all of a sudden, panic broke out. And I'm standing up on the, you know, stage, and like one of the bouncers grabs me and starts pulling me back as, you know, everything starts to go to hell. But why don't you do... Oh, sorry? Go ahead.
Did you see who shot?
No. Like I said, it's really tough for me to see. The lights right in my face. I just know that, you know, those supremacist assholes, they were starting to give me a hard time. And then, you know, I heard other people yelling at them to shut the fuck up, sit down. And, you know, they started mouthing off back. And then, like I said, somebody threw the glass at me. And then everything started going nuts. And,
Does a normal gun kill a Nexus 9?
Is that above the table, or you're asking her?
Above the table.
Above the table. Yeah, you know, if they get shot, they get shot. But okay. I will say, people keep mentioning how loud it is. Makes you go...
Right, that's what I'm... Yeah.
Yeah.
And so does that mean anything to Salmon?
It means it's... You know, this is probably stating a little bit of the obvious. It's probably a pretty large caliber round, and a pretty large caliber round is not that common, but it is common with Blade Runner weapons to make sure when you hit somebody, you put them down.
Okay. Look. I'm going to have you... I appreciate it. I'm going to have you talk to my partner, Finna. I think she'll do a better job of understanding, but I appreciate you telling me that.
Okay. Before you go, give me a manipulation roll with advantage, because you had the critical success earlier.
Oh, shit. Tell me everything.
I was about to say, you've got like 3 successes there. Really nicely rolled. It's clear that she knows more than she's telling you. She sort of stands up to...
okay.
You know, she stands up to go talk to Fenna, but she's almost...
You know, Iris, before you go, do you mind just sit down?
And she kind of like flops into the seat. She's like, what? You know, it's been a long night. What do you want to know?
I know it's been a long night. You know what else? I've spent a lot of time with that gal out there. And, you know, I just pick up on certain things. And so, Iris, before I send you off to get some baseline testing, which no one really wants to do, Taffy wants you dancing. You don't want that. I guarantee it. Why don't you tell me what you're not telling me?
And she kind of looks at you, and she, she takes a long drag from her cigarette, and she's getting a little shaky again. And she's like, look, I don't want him to get in trouble. That's the thing. I don't want him to get in trouble. But when those assholes started giving me problems, and they started yelling things, and they were saying really awful shit, my friend is the one who stood up and told him to shut the fuck up and sit down. His name is Styles. And I don't want to get in trouble because he didn't mean to start anything. And it wasn't, I know he wouldn't have killed anybody, but I know that got things heated and probably set off some of the fight. But I don't want him getting in trouble. He was just trying to help me. They were way out of line.
Styles stood up for you and you didn't think that was important to tell me? Does Styles usually carry a gun?
No. That's the thing. I'm telling you, he wouldn't shoot anybody, and he's got nothing
but you
to do
lied
with
to me before. Why wouldn't you just lie to me now?
Look, I'm telling you the truth. I don't want him to get in trouble. He was just trying to stand up for me. He's a friend of mine. He helps me out. He doesn't like people giving us shit just because we're a replicant. We're just trying to do a good job.
Do I feel like she's being more genuine now?
Yeah. This feels a lot more honest.
Okay. Iris, I appreciate this, but maybe next time we can just skip the unpleasantries. I'm still going to have you finish up with Finna. And I'm going to walk over to hopefully go see the security footage now.
Okay. Yeah, so you go watch the security footage. And the guy's got it queued up for you, and he's like, here you go, boss. And he, hits the space bar on a keyboard, and it starts to play back. And it's sort of what Iris was describing. There's a lot of lights flashing, so the scene, there's a lot of people, and it's what she described. You can see the guy, Shell Schuyler. He's pretty clear there in the crowd. He's got a couple of people at his table.
Okay.
They start pointing, they start yelling. You can even sort of see one of them smash something and then throw it at the stage, and you see Iris recoil. And then you see a tall guy, a very tall guy, sort of stand up from, off to the side. Maybe he's back at the bar. And he runs up and he just grabs the guy who threw the stuff and he throws him aside. And then you see a scuffle start to break out, but right before the scuffle breaks out, as the tall guy starts to go over and try and make his way over to grab the guy, what you see in the middle of the floor, you've got here and here, you got Sandor and Leah. And Sandor points at the guy getting up, the tall guy.
Okay.
And then the crowd starts, the melee starts, and all of a sudden there's a flash from the center of the crowd. And then everybody sort of freezes for a second as they try and react to what just happened, and then scatter. Everybody just runs, people are tripping over each other. And yeah, Sandor's left there in the middle of the floor. He's kind of...
I don't see who did the shot, who fired the shot. I don't see a gun at all.
You never see it. It comes from in the middle around where they were, but there's just, everybody started fighting, and so all of a sudden the flash comes in the middle of the scrum.
But I can't see where the flash originates from.
It's sort of in this center area where, Sandor and Leah are right there, so that you would guess that the shot was pretty close range.
Leah shot? Do I get that? Oh, that's what I'm suspecting now.
I mean, you can suspect it, but yeah, I mean, you do not see...
I can't tell. I can't tell for certain.
You can't tell for certain, no.
Oh, fuck, Taffy. Is this the bet you got? Is this the best you got?
It's look, man, I don't know what you want from me. That's what I got.
Wait. Rewind it. Tell me about this guy. So he was throwing one of the racist assholes?
He's like, look, man, he likes the girl. He likes the replicants. He doesn't like these shitheads. Give me an insight roll.
Is this Styles? Is that what I'm thinking? This is Styles?
Which one Styles? Sorry.
The guy who threw.
Yeah.
The guy. Other guy.
The guy.
The tall guy. The tall guy that stands up.
The tall guy is Styles. And give me an insight roll.
Does it look like the guy outside?
Yeah. Give me an insight roll.
All right. But so I was gonna stop the video and immediately run out there, but I don't think he's our shooter. Like, I don't think the shot came from his direction, right?
It doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
But it's definitely Styles. The guy outside is definitely Styles.
Fuck. Finna.
So yeah, what's up, boss?
Come on, you, and I point to the beat cop. She doesn't go anywhere. I point to another beat cop. He doesn't go anywhere, and that footage doesn't go anywhere. Get that over to tech as soon as possible. I want it cleaned up. I want to know who did that shot. Finna, come on. And I walk over to the main doors, and I just, like, push them open with, like, force.
Yeah.
It's raining, and I like, I should be keeping my cool, but, like, now this is just kind of, like, annoying me. Like, Taffy, like, not knowing shit, Iris lying to me, and, like, not having a clue. Like, I thought we were going to open the video and, like, know who fired the shot, right? And then I'm starting to think, like, is this sloppy fucking Nexus bullshit where they put a 9 back in operation and she killed her partner? Those are the things running through my head. So all that to say, like, I've lost my cool a little bit, and in a state of, like, being pissed off, I just, like, push the doors open as hard as I can.
All right.
And then I look for him. Is he still standing out there?
Yeah, he's still standing back, like, craning his head over. He hasn't moved.
Okay. I'm gonna collect myself for a moment. I'm gonna light a cigarette, and then I'm gonna start walking in that general direction, but I'm not making eye contact with him.
Okay. Yeah, and as you're walking in his general direction, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you start to do that, he starts to walk right towards you.
He's walking towards me?
Yeah, he sort of gets that.
I'm not making eye contact, but like, there's other people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna, as discreetly as possible, put my hand on my 357 and get it ready, but it's not out. I'm not waving it around or anything.
Mm-hmm. And you're still heading in his general direction?
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, as he sort of gets the idea that you're heading towards him, and he starts sort of heading straight towards you. And as he gets close, he's like, hey. Like, I figure you're going to want to talk to me, because I saw the whole thing. And it'll fade to black.
Nice. I'm hooked. I'm very, like, obviously, I thought for sure, like, we were going to walk in and, like, see the shooter. Yeah, I want to talk to him. And he's saying he saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
Fuck. Nice. Nicely done, Art. Yeah, I'm loving this. And we got to see some of the mechanics, which do feel very Savage Worldsy. And I like that. Like, that's a compliment. That's a very good thing.
Yeah, and I was a little nervous because I read up on the adventure, but like I was saying at the beginning, this is still a pretty new system to me, but it's not because it is technically like the Free League Mutant Year Zero engine. And the one thing I don't always love every aspect of those games, but they are definitely very runnable. They're just smooth and they're not overly complicated, and they definitely get out of the way. And so I didn't need to be so worried about not commanding the system as much as I hoped, because it's an easy one to wrangle. So
you're doing a great job. Yeah, no, you're doing a great job with it. I'm enjoying it. It's awesome. I like the mystery where it's maybe going. I don't know. Like, I have ideas in my head, but those are ideas that seem really frustrating to Salmon and a pain in the ass. So
I'm just curious, before we wrap it up, because like we said, there's going to be a little bit of short. Do you remember much of this from? Because I know you listened to some of this. Is any of this sounding familiar, or is it?
The guy in the crowd did as soon as you pointed him out. And then I kind of remembered them talking to someone in the club and her being a android. But I think in that one, this led to like a foot chase.
Okay.
when they went for him.
Got it.
But honestly, other than that, no. Maybe they talked to someone at Nexus, but I don't remember what that conversation played out. All right. Like, from the one I listened to, yeah.
Well, we'll see where this goes. But yeah, so there we are. That's session 2. I'm glad we got another scene in. I'm glad we were able to. This is kind of a crazy time of year, as you were saying. I don't know if it was on the recording or before, but so hopefully we'll be able to keep things going as we can, but it might be a little tricky. But Matt, thank you very much for jumping in tonight. This was really fun.
Thank you, Art, and happy holidays, everyone, just in case whenever you're listening to this. But I appreciate it. Thanks for checking it out.
Yeah. And just to wrap up with the spiel, we're an actual play podcast. We have a Discord. If you prefer audio versions, just search for Blacklight Trivia Night where we get your podcast. We should show up. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll have more coming. But if not, and this is the last one before the holidays, happy holidays to everybody who celebrates. And we'll be back soon. Have a good night.
All right. Good night, everyone.
The in-session music was provided by Tabletop RPG Music and composed by Ian Fisher. You can find the Patreon at www.patreon.com/tabletop RPG music. That's all one word.